Snow King Resort, Jackson Hole, Wyoming, the site of the 23rd running of the World Championship Snowmobile Hill Climb. This video made possible thanks to the Jackson Hole Snow Devils, Featherlight Trailers, Dunlap Distributing and Budweiser Beer, Cowboy Village Resort, Exhaust Gas Technologies, Are You Outside, Starting Line Products, Tri-City Polaris, Union Bay Racing, USI Skis. Snow King Resort, Jackson Hole, Wyoming, the site of the 23rd running of the World Championship Snowmobile Hill Climb. Three types of machines make up the 16 classes at this year's event. They are the stock, improved stock, and the modified machines. The stock and improved stock machines qualify on the lower portion of the mountain. The climb is an all-out throttle-pinching race through a gated course to the timing lights. No room for errors, no second chances. Only the fastest one-third advance to the finals for a chance at a world championship. Thousands of race fans gather annually to watch man and machine scale one of the steepest ski runs in North America. The World Championships are the proving grounds for man and machine. The passion to climb is what drives these racers. The desire to win is what makes them risk it all. The Mod 1 machines would be the first to attack the mountain. Adverse weather conditions previous to the weekend has left the course in less than desirable conditions. Rainfall earlier in the week has left the snow saturated. Friday's race course was soft and slushy. However, cold temperatures overnight left Saturday's race course ice hard and slick. Norris Brown was the top qualifier in a class that would see numerous machines saved by the midway catch net. Not a single Mod 1 machine would even come close to tripping the timing lights atop the mountain. Nathan Zollinger was the second racer up in the Mod 2 class. Number 52 put an impressive run together when he piloted his 600cc Union Bay-powered Ski-Doo to the top of the mountain. This 18-year-old racer from Utah has opened the eyes of those in the world of snowmobile racing with his early success here in his rookie season. Number 212, Aaron Coe, had a great run going before gravity took over, and the rest is history. This climb would be high enough to qualify 5th for Sunday's finals. Number 289, Michael Vandenberg from Yakima, Washington, was on his way to the third catwalk when he too suffered the drawback of gravity. Vandenberg qualified second and lucks out with his sled surviving the crash. Brett Rasmussen, number 27, qualifies third with this run. Number 222, Brett Jensen, misses the red gate just above the second catwalk and would qualify 6th. Rod Harris missed a gate at mid-mountain and qualifies 4th. As you watch his sled climb towards the top, you can see the snow remains hard packed and slick. Number 175 manages to climb his way to the 3rd catwalk before spinning out. Only one racer in the Mod 2 class managed to crest the mountain. The Mod 3 class claimed its victims one by one as these top hill climbers aboard their 700cc machines attacked this mountain. The snow on this mountain course remains solid and has yet to fall victim to the titanium lace tracks. The rocks and stumps between the 2nd and 3rd catwalks provided additional unwanted obstacles for these racers. Canadian racer Johnny Bonaire was stricken with his share of bad luck when his sled tumbled down the mountain for one of the more spectacular crashes of the day. Dean Williamson from Reno, Nevada, managed to climb his way into the Sunday finals. Jody Bretting nursed his broken steering system through the gates for a number 5 spot, followed by James Godfrey for a 4th place. Shane Wilson was heading off course when he hit a catwalk and ended up watching his sled test the catch net. Hill climb racing is combination rider skill, machine setup, and luck. Shane Wilson suffered bad luck and a little good luck, all in about 10 seconds. Brett Rasmussen returned in the Mod 3 class and rode his 600cc sled over the top in a time of 1 minute 40 seconds. Brett Jensen managed the most difficult portion of today's course and climbed his way to a 3rd spot, qualifying with a time of 1 minute 44 seconds. The most difficult portion of the course is just above the 2nd catwalk. The racers have to traverse across the mountainside, hang a left, and climb the steepest portion of the mountain to the 3rd catwalk. Kirk Williamson makes it look easy and turns in the fastest time of the day with a time of 1 minute 28 seconds. Number 59, Donnie Williamson, watched his sled tumble down the mountain after qualifying in the Mod 4 class. Rod Kahunen ended his run with some crowd control. Both him and his sled veered off course into spectators that had people running for the trees. Nathan Zollinger came up short in the Mod 3 class when he fell over at the 2nd catwalk. But the Mod 4 class allowed Zollinger to show his true talent when he piloted his machine through the timing lights in 1 minute 30 seconds. Captain Kirk Williamson displays his dominance in this sport by firing up the course in a time of 1 minute 21 seconds, 7 seconds faster than his previous run. Sid Zollinger out of Logan, Utah, claimed the 3rd qualifying spot with this run. The last 3 racers to qualify for the Mod 4 class was number 42, Sheldon Archibald, number 13, Ryan Zollinger, and number 45, Mark Thompson. The Open Mod division is always a highly anticipated class. Some of these machines are powered by 250-plus horsepower. Number 241, Reed Headland, put together a great run as Mod Open sled and qualified with a time of 1 minute 29 seconds. Prince George BC racer Kevin McRae turned in a wild ride and finished his weekend when he lost his sled at the 2nd catwalk. The Hill Health crew saved McRae's sled from sure disaster. Sheldon Archibald, number 42, is making his 4th trip up the mountain today. He loses his hand grip on the throttle and comes to rest at the 3rd catwalk. Cal Betcher just missed out on qualifying for the finals as he drifted off course near the 3rd catwalk. Past world champion Mark Thompson turns in an exciting ride as he tops the mountain with a time of 1 minute 38 seconds. Sid Zollinger returned in the Open Mod class and would go over the top in a time of 1 minute 44 seconds, good enough to qualify him 5th. Shane Wilson ended up parking his sled just below the 3rd catwalk, but managed to qualify 7th. Rick Ward suffered a bad accident last year during qualifying in the Open class that put him out for the season. The Tri-City Polaris racer has returned for one of his best seasons ever. Rick would qualify the 2nd fastest with a time of 1 minute 28 seconds. 4-time Mod King of the Hill winner David Shepard made his 2nd attempt on the mountain today and would come up short. Obviously a very disappointing day for the Jackson, Montana racer. The last racer up in the Open Mod class would be none other than the captain, Kurt Williamson. For a 3rd time today, he would set the fastest times in his class. He muscled his Union Bay powered Ski-Doo up and over the mountain with a time of 1 minute 24 seconds. The finals for the Masters and Amateurs were held Saturday afternoon. 5 racers qualified for the Masters finals and 5 racers in the Amateurs. The first class up was the Masters class. Number 379, David Owen, had the high mark in this class before his machine fell victim of the mountain. Number 53, Murray Archibald, would be the only racer to challenge Owen's high mark. 59-year-old Archibald would exceed Owen's high mark by only a few feet and claim the victory. The amateurs class came down to the last two racers of the day. Local Jackson High School teacher Todd Taylor high-marked the previous racers in his class when he rode his 670 Summit just over the second catwalk. Number 376, Ben Leishman, would be the last racer to run today. Aboard Mark Thompson's 670 Summit, Ben makes his way past the first catwalk and is heading for Todd Taylor's high mark. He's nearing the second catwalk, and oh, he just comes up short of Taylor's high mark. Todd Taylor comes out the winner in the amateur division. Cowboy Village Resort at Togety has become a world premier snowmobile resort for winter vacationers. With an average snowfall of 600 inches, the vast beauty of the Grand Tetons and the surrounding 2 million acres of national forest to snowmobile, Togety will bring you back again and again. And when in Jackson Hole for the hill climb, plan your stay at the Cowboy Village at Jackson. For more information, call 1-800-543-2847. After 3 days of qualifying, it's time to run the finals. 98 racers are ready to challenge Snow King Mountain. Driggs, Idaho racer Steve Hill climbed his way to a third-place finish in the 500 stock class. Canadian racer Vincent Clark rode his Arctic Cat to a second-place finish. Last year's Stock King of the Hill winner Kevin Mintz from Kamloops, British Columbia, posted a great run when he rode his Cat to the high mark for a win in the 500 class. The 600 single exhaust stock class got off to a bang when number 255, John Bowden, lost his sled just below the second catwalk. Brad Hill also had some problems when he lost his powder special after having it roll over on top of himself. Number 212, Aaron Coe, climbed his way to a third-place finish. Chad Adams rode his 600 Polaris to a second-place finish. Last year's 700cc stock champion Steve Hill outclimbed the entire group when he rode his 600 ZR up between the second and third catwalk. Veteran racer Rick Budge from right here in Jackson got off to a bad start when he and his machine separated just below the second catwalk. Number 16, Steve Hill, returned on his ZR600 to claim a third-place finish. Sean Merrill veered off course near the second catwalk, shot through the trees, and back out on course. He never misses a gate and continues on to a second-place finish. Kevin Mintz returned to the course on his 600 CRT. Mintz turned in a great run for what would be his second title of the day. Number 301's luck changed from good to bad when he lost traction and then lost his sled. The Canadian racer had also qualified to run this very sled in the next class coming up. One of our cameras caught the action at the bottom of the hill as the Canadians worked frantically to put this machine back together. The sled is put back together and Mintz makes his run in the 700 stock class. Good enough for a fourth-place finish.
You had to make a Daytona pit stop down here.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell the people what you had to do to your sled and what you think of the job your crew was able to pull off?
We bent pipe, lost the hood, bent the bumpers, broke some suspension bolts, bent the tunnel, broke the handlebars, we wrecked it.
And they had you ready to go in how long?
10, 15 minutes.
All right, Kevin Mintz.
Number 5, Rusty Johnson, started off his day on the wrong side of the snowmobile. The 2-inch track clipped his back and sent him one direction and the sled the other. Matt Lube had problems down in the fall line and found himself parked out in the trees. This would be good enough for a third-place finish. Number 79, Sean Larson, drove his 700 just above the second catwalk for a second-place finish. Scott Houghton from Sandy, Utah, high-marked the group with this run to claim his first world championship. Rick Ward found himself in a bad position when he ended up underneath his machine in the 800 stock class. Colorado racer Sage Scala climbed to a 5th place finish before sending his sled into the net. Sean Larson ran into trouble down low and ended up heading into the net. Good enough for a 4th place finish. Norm Hebert ended his run with a 3rd place finish. Rick Stevens high-marked Hebert by a couple of feet to claim 2nd place. Four-time King of the Hill winner Kirk Hibbert claimed victory in the 800 stock class. Improved stock classes are brought to you by Starting Line Products. Starting Line Products, your one-stop performance shop known for its patented ultralight and tri-keel skis and its world-class exhaust system, presents new for $99 Tri-Keel 2 skis, which offer 1.5 pounds of weight savings per ski with the same great performance as the race-proven Tri-Keel ski. Other new products include 700 Polaris single pipe, new Power Dome billet heads, high-flow air boxes, dual throttle system, multi-progressive and mountain helixes with or without dial spring option, and many new model-tuned exhaust systems, including Arctic Cat 600 Twin, Polaris 500 XC, 600 and 700 Twins, 700 and 800 XCR, Ski-Doo Case Reed 600 Twin, 670 and 670X, and Yamaha 700 SX and SRX. For more information and a free catalog, contact Starting Line Products at 208-529-0244. The 600 Improved Stock finalist Justin Nielsen took a beating when his sled rolled over him and then tumbled down the mountain, leaving parts scattered from the second catwalk to the net. Good enough for fourth place. Chad Adams had a great run going when he snagged the flag down on the fall line, was marked there for a third place finish. Number 21, Scott Brown out of Afton, Wyoming, put together a great run to climb just above the second catwalk for a second place finish. 1996 Trail Mod King Rob Weston was the last racer to run in this class. He rode his ZRT 600 Improved machine to a first place finish. Number 136, Kevin Kilroy, climbed his way to a fifth place finish in the 700 Improved Stock class. Kirk Williamson rode his 670 Summit to a fourth place finish. David Shepard's climb surpassed the day's high mark set by Kevin Mintz back in the 500 stock class. Good enough for a second place finish in this class. Number 19, Darren Gould, found himself stuck in the same hole that caught Shepard just below the third catwalk. Gould would be marked with a third place finish. Snowfall has increased and visibility is limited. The track conditions have obviously changed for the worse as you watch Rick Ward climb his way into the clouds. Ward would just edge out Shepard and Gould for the win.
All right, it's Sunday afternoon here, and things have changed dramatically. It got really cold overnight. The course has started to ice up, and traction's become pretty much the issue of the day. I'm sitting here with Bob Tom. Bob is Justin Muller's racing partner. They race for TJ Sports out of Alpine, Wyoming, and Team Yamaha. And Bob, why don't you tell me a little bit about what people are doing with traction today compared to yesterday?
Well, yesterday the mods were running up and they started running into a real hard snow and some dirt, ice, rocks, things like that, where a normal rubber track wouldn't hook up. So a lot of guys are changing to a smaller track and using taller titanium paddles, or traction aids as we call them.
Right, for those that have never seen a titanium paddle before, this is a 6-inch titanium paddle, and this is just like what Justin's going to be running in the next 2 classes he's got today.
We changed from a hard compound 2-inch racetrack for our softer conditions to an 1.5-inch softer track, and put more titanium on it so you'll have better traction up on the top part of the hill.
All right, you can see how much stiffer this is. This is going to cut through the soft snow a lot better, and then through the rocks and the ice and everything that we're dealing with up there today. You got a softer track, 1 3/4 long, and you can see that paddle sticks up outside of the track. Like I said, traction's a big deal today, and we'll see how it goes in the mod classes. Thanks a lot, Bob.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Traction, or the lack of it. That's what is weighing heavy on the minds of the racers today. This mountain has claimed its share of machines this weekend. Jason Adams lost his sled just below the 2nd catwalk in the 800 improved class. We noticed he replaced his custom painted hood with a stock hood prior to running. Good move. Justin Moeller changed brands this year and is now piloting Yamaha snowmobiles. The absence of Yamaha snowmobiles in the world of hill climbing has been obvious for numerous years. Number 39 is on his way to proving these machines can compete when it comes to climbing. He would finish with a 5th place. Number 79, Sean Larson, climbed his way to a 4th place finish before finding himself and his sled heading the wrong way. Larson bails from the machine just below the 3rd catwalk. Rick Ward returned in the 800 class to just high-mark Sean Larson for 3rd place.
Okay, we're here with Rick Ward. He just ran his 800 improved stock run. Rick, how was it up there?
Yeah, it was a little foggy when I went up, but you know, everybody has to take the luck of the draw on a day like this at Jackson. But I felt good. I got 700 improved and get 1 chance at King, and I'm going to be running against one of my teammates, Matt Lube, and he's been doing real well all year.
All right, well, Rick, you took a bad fall here last year and got hurt. It put you out for the rest of the season. How is it being back competing this year? Are you a little hungrier this year?
I think it made me a little hungrier. I set out for 5 of the hill climbs last year. I went to 3 I finished in, and this year's been my best yet with 5 Kings, and I'm leading 3 points classes, and I'm really looking forward to the rest of the climbs and going to Reno and even one climb in Vernon, BC.
All right, well, I know you got your eye on that Featherlight trailer they're giving away in the mod class, so we'll hopefully be talking to you a little later on. Good luck, Rick.
That would be nice. Thanks.
Thanks.
Rusty Johnson had a nasty crash in the 700 stock class earlier today. He's back on the mountain aboard his improved stocker and turning in a great run. He's up to the 3rd catwalk, loses traction, and loses his sled. Oh no, this is not good. 2 times up and 2 times into the net. The good news is that his 2nd place finish may help pay for some damages. Not a single racer has even come close to going over the top of the mountain today. Well, that was until Matt Lube made his run. The 1997 Rimshaw Racer of the Year smoked up the mountain in a time of 1 minute 28 seconds for the win.
All right, we're here with Matt Lube, the first racer of the day to make it over the hill on a day where everybody was really wondering if there's going to be anybody making it over the top. Matt, this was your 2nd run up the hill today, actually your 3rd run up the hill today, and do you think you learned some things on your first 2 runs that helped you out on your 3rd?
Yeah, I think on the first 2 runs that helped get some lines. Also listening to our teammates, Rick Ward and Darren Gould, pointed out some tough spots up high, and that really helped.
All right, well, you got a couple more to go today, one more class, and
I'm done for the day. Just got to run for King with this sled.
all right, good luck with the King run, and again, great run. First run of the day, over the top, Matt Lube.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Number 323, Kevin McRae, ends his day with this 5th place finish. Robert Tillotson rode his big Thundercat to what would be a 4th place finish. Darren Gould returned in the 1000cc class to claim his 2nd, 3rd place finish of the day. Myron Allen out of Soda Springs, Idaho, turned in a fantastic ride and high-marked Darren Gould for 2nd place. Carrying the flag for Yamaha was Justin Moeller out of Swan Valley, Idaho. Justin qualified the 700cc Yamaha first in Friday's 1000cc improved class and has validated that with a win. The first stock-bodied Yamaha to ever win at the World Championships.
All right, we're sitting here with Kirk Hibbert. Kirk's had a couple runs up the hill today, and he's got one more to go. He's going to be going for the King of the Hill class, and the King of the Hill title in the stock class. Kirk, what's going on today? Why is everybody having such a hard time getting up this hill?
Well, I think it's definitely, the snow conditions, which is a result of all the rain that came last week, really saturated the snow, and then it got cold, and it's got a crust on top, and once you spin through the crust, there's nothing there. So you either got hard, slick crust or bottomless ruts. And hopefully the mods will build a nice trench to the top of the hill. So.
All right. Well, Kirk, of course, from over the hill in Driggs, Idaho, you've been coming to this event for a lot of years. Is this the toughest course you've ever seen here?
I think it's about as tough as I've ever seen right out of getting into the gully. It's always tough there, but I think it's probably the toughest it's ever been there.
All right. Another question everybody's probably got on their mind concerning you. How much longer are you going to be doing this?
Oh, forever.
All right. He's never going to give up. Kirk Hibbert right here at the Jackson Hole Hill Climb.
The top portion of the mountain has turned into a blizzard, and Norris Brown discovered how tough it was in the Mod 1 class. Brown would have to settle for 4th place. Lander Novak claimed 3rd place, and Rod Harris climbed over the 3rd catwalk for a well-earned 2nd place finish. Last year's Mod 1 winner, James Godfrey, would be the only climber to crest the top in his class. His winning time was 1 minute 38 seconds. The Mod 2 class is brought to you by USI Tunnel Light Skis, manufacturer of the world's first and the finest performance plastic skis in the industry. TS201 AST with adjustable ski tip for various terrain, Performer and Banded, available in 5.5 and 7-inch wide bottoms. Also available in 20-inch flatline racing skis. Rigid skis are dead. For a brochure and free decals, call USI at 317-423-2984. Aaron Coe wrecked this sled during qualifying yesterday, just about the same place he wrecked it today. 5th place would go to number 212. Michael Vandenberg also wrecked his sled yesterday during qualifying. Today, he put together a run good enough to claim 4th place. Number 222, Brett Jensen, had his 600cc monster flat flying up the mountain. The Preston, Idaho racer just crested the 3rd catwalk and came tumbling back down. Good enough for a third-place finish. Rod Harris rode his Ski-Doo to the runner-up position here in the Mod 2 class. He powered through the timing lights in a time of 1 minute 37 seconds. 2 second-place finishes in 2 classes. Not bad for a day's work. Millville, Utah racer Nathan Zollinger just flat spanked the competition here in the Mod 2 class. He motored up the course in 1 minute 17 seconds for his first World Championship. Visibility? What visibility? The Mod 3 class suffered through the worst part of the day. 40 to 50 feet of visibility was what the racers dealt with. And that just may have been what Kirk Williamson's problem was. He was bucked off his machine and would have to settle for 4th place. Brett Jensen climbed his way to 3rd place. Jody Bretting held on for a 2nd place finish, and Brett Rasmussen won the Mod 3 class on this bright orange Mod 2 machine with a time of 1 minute and 27 seconds. Mod 4 class is sponsored by Exhaust Gas Technologies Incorporated, America's most trusted name in performance exhaust instruments. EGT sensors are the world standard in racing. NHRA, NASCAR, CART, Bonneville, ISR, NSSR, and MSDRA teams all rely on EGT sensors, shouldn't you? If you need razor-sharp performance, you need EGT's bullet sensors. We offer the largest selection of performance instruments for your sled. We stock the Racepak Avenger 1, the Avenger 2, and the Avenger 3 recording displays. We also stock all the Digitron models and the complete line of Westac indicators. The 550 shim kits and the complete line of Dilojets are ready for you. If you need instruments at competitive prices, then EGT is your only source. Call us today at 1-800-348-4678 or visit our website at www.exhaustgas.com. Young Nathan Zollinger climbed his way to a 3rd place finish here in the Mod 4 class. Number 42, Sheldon Archibald, looked as if he was going to the top, but the sled tried coming over backwards on him above the catwalk. This would be good enough for 2nd place. Logan, Utah racer Kirk Williamson claimed his first win of the day with a time of 1 minute 18 seconds. Sheldon Archibald lost his sled near the 3rd catwalk in the Mod Open class. Number 45, Mark Thompson, put together a run good enough to claim 3rd place. His time over the top was 1 minute 24 seconds. Shane Wilson found his way to the top of the mountain in 1 minute 21 seconds. Good enough for 2nd place. Last year's Mod Open winner, number 51, Kirk Williamson, blistered the mountainside with the fastest time of the day. Williamson defended his title with a time of 1 minute 13 seconds.
All right, we're coming down here to talk to the Hill Help. These guys are up here year after year. Not a lot of action today, is there, boys?
Not too much. Having a hell of a time getting here.
Guys, usually you're a lot busier than you are. The conditions are just brutal this year. It's nasty out there. What do you think of what's been going on so far? The best riders are really the ones that are making it to the top, aren't they?
It's just some tough conditions. It's hard to tell. The snows just could be different than usual, or more stumps, rocks. Who knows? You know, it's just they're just not getting this far up here.
All right, now you guys, you're up here. You're like the goalies of the Hill Help up here. You're up here in the chute. What do you guys really got to be looking for when these guys are flying up here?
Eyeballs.
Looking them right in the eye, huh? But guys, you do a hell of a job up here. Keep it up. And hopefully as we're doing the King thing here, we'll get some more action for you.
That would be nice to get some more sleds.
All right, we're up here with the Hill Help at the 1998 Featherlight Jackson Hole Snow Devils World Championship Hill Climb.
The stock king of the hill came down to 4 racers. Kevin Mintz in the 500 and 600 classes. Steve Hill in the 600 single exhaust class. Scott Halton in the 700 class. And legendary racer Kurt Hibbert in the 800 class. Tri-City Polaris racer Scott Halton climbed his way through the blizzard to win his first ever World Championship. The improved stock classes are sponsored by Tri-City Polaris, your Polaris twin high-altitude specialists. Tired of poor quality setup and service from your dealer? See Tri-City Polaris today. Tri-City Polaris is in the business to help you and your machine perform better. From full custom-built race sleds to high-performance improved stock trail sleds, they can do it all. Need parts and accessories? With over $200,000 worth of parts inventory, Tri-City Polaris has all your needs. Starting line, WMS, Fox shocks, engine torque arms, Lightning rail lightweight front end kits, Lightning clutch weights, torque arms, ultralight skis, and other lightweight parts. Call 801-298-8081. Tri-City Polaris, located in Centerville, Utah. Proud sponsors of world champion hill climbers Darren Gould, Rick Ward, Matt Lube, Justin Nielsen, and the rest of the Tri-City race team. Justin Moeller was first up in the improved Stock King run. His run came up short as he lost traction below the 3rd catwalk. Next up was 600cc class winner Rob Weston. Number 26, high marks Moeller, but 2 machines remain to run. Rick Ward was up next. Aboard his 700cc Polaris, he motored over the mountain in a time of 1 minute 23 seconds. Only one racer left, Rick Ward's teammate, Matt Lube. Matt raced over the top earlier today and is the only thing that stands between Rick Ward and another King of the Hill title. Lube runs into problems just above the catch net, builds up his momentum, and is heading for the top. He's carrying good speed over the 3rd catwalk, but flips the sled just below the timing lights. Tri-City racer Rick Ward is the improved stock King of the Hill for 1998. Ward was also named Rimshaw Driver of the Year. The Mod King of the Hill is sponsored by Union Bay Racing. Union Bay Racing is committed to providing cutting-edge products and services for the serious rider and racer of 2-stroke engines. Union Bay Racing will design a specific engine package for our customers' own needs, and this is what sets Union Bay Racing apart from other aftermarket companies. Union Bay offers complete in-house machining services, porting, computer-aided engine design, and one of the finest dyno facilities available. Continuous R&D of combustion chamber design has led Union Bay Racing to the forefront in aftermarket billet dome heads for Rotax and Polaris engines. Proud sponsor of world champion hill climbers Kirk Williamson and Nathan Zollinger, Kirk Williamson, Nathan Zollinger, and Team Union Bay's complete domination of the 98 Rocky Mountain Hill Climb circuit following the 97 domination showcases Union Bay Racing's power advantage. Defending world champion Kirk Williamson ran into problems early. He gets back on track and is up and over the 1st catwalk. Williamson needs to make up some serious time on his open mod machine. The 3rd catwalk causes more havoc for the defending world champion, but manages to keep climbing. After cresting the 3rd catwalk, Williamson has more problems and shuts it down below the lights. No time for Williamson. Mod 1 winner James Godfrey was up next. Riding the smallest of the mod class machines, Godfrey needs a flawless run. Number 72 has good speed heading towards the third catwalk. He's up and over and heading to the top. Godfrey trips the lights at 1 minute 37 seconds. Mod 2 winner Nathan Zollinger is up next on his 600cc machine. He's turning in a fantastic run. This 18-year-old kid teamed up with Kirk Williamson and is learning from the best. Nathan Zollinger posts the fastest time of the weekend with a time of 1 minute 11 seconds. Two more racers are left to run. Brett Rasmussen, winner of the Mod 3 class, takes his stab at the mountain. His speed down low appears good as he approaches the third catwalk. This area will make or break the racer. He loses a lot of speed here on the climb to the third catwalk as his cat claws its way to the top. Rasmussen crests the top with a time of 1 minute 32 seconds, well off Zollinger's time. The last racer of the day is Kirk Williamson on his 700cc Union Bay powered sled. Wow, Kirk is running a good race, has a little trouble keeping the sled down on the snow, but is flying. Oh, look at this. He put that sled right on its tail. He's back on the machine, and he's heading for the top. He breaks the lights at 1 minute 16 seconds, 5 seconds slower than his student. Crowned 18-year-old rookie Nathan Zollinger, Mod King of the Hill for 1998. The Crash and Burn segment brought to you by Are You Outside, the do-it-all folks from Driggs, Idaho, just over the hill from Jackson. They hold you together with their back thing, thumb thing, and knee thing. They keep you riding fog-free and your noggin warm with their Fog Evader mask, and they take care of your extremities with their new minus 70-degree Bridger boot, snowmobile sock, and Beartooth Gore-Tex glove. Call 1-800-279-7123 for an Are You Outside Uncommon Sport Gear catalog, or check out their website at www.ruoutside.com.
We need beer. We need beer.
pipes and bent the bars and busted the ski and whatever else you need it to do. It's busted.